So guys, when we talk about this, we have the Azure Data Factory. So guys, the Azure Data Factory is nothing but basically this is a service, guys. What it is? It is a cloud service. This is a cloud service. It is a cloud service, guys. It is a cloud service. It is a cloud service. The Azure Data Factory is a cloud service provided by the Microsoft. Provided by the Microsoft. Azure Data Factory is a cloud service provided by the Microsoft. Provided by what's it? Microsoft. Azure, that is the cloud services, that is Azure Data Factory. Basically, this is a cloud service provided by the Microsoft. Provided by the Microsoft to perform the job of, what is it, guys? To perform the job of ETL. So that means extraction, transformation, and loading, where this is used for what? Data summarization, guys. It is used for what? Data summarization. When we talk about the ETL, when you talk about the ETL, guys, when you talk about the ETL, when we talk about the ETL, guys, when we talk about the ETL, basically the ETL is nothing but it stands for what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. It stands for what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. Where ETL stands for what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. Where ETL stands for what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay. Extraction, transformation, and loading. So when you talk about the extraction, transformation, and loading, this is a technique which is used to perform the process of data summarization. Data summarization. Wherein, guys, to perform the process of ETL, to perform the process of ETL, we require two things, which is very essential. Okay, we require two things. What are those? The first one, we require it here as a source, guys. The first we require it as what? Source. We require what is that? Source. The first one, we require it as the source. And the second one, we require it as a target. First one, we require it as what? Source. And the second one, we require it as what? Target. Source and the target. Source and the target, guys. Source and the target. The first one, we require it as a source. And the second one, we require it as the target, guys. Source means what, guys? Source is nothing but basically, ultimately, the source of data. You can say the source is nothing but what? Source of data. It is nothing but what? Source of data. Source of data. What is it? Source of data. So source of data means what? A place where actually the data is recorded is called as what? Source of data. It is called as what? Source of data. So guys, generally we get the data from where? We get the data from what? Business. And when we talk about the business, what type of business we can have? We can any type of business. So let us say we can say network, social networking sites business. The data will be generated from the social networking sites. Am I right? What do you mean by social networking sites? Yes, guys. What do you mean by social networking sites? Yeah, anyone? Please tell me what is the social networking sites? What are the social networking sites we have it?
Facebook, Twitter.
Yes, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., LinkedIn. All these are called social networking. So the social networking site generates a massive amount of data. So whereas this is also called as what? This can also be the source of data. Then apart from this one, you can also get the data from what? Various business, such as you can say the banking applications. We can say what's it? Banking applications. So we can get the data from what's it? Banking applications. We can get the data from what's it? Banking applications. Okay. So we can then apart from this, we can also get the data from what's it? We can also get the data from what's it? Machine generated or human generated data. So we can say machine and human generated data. Machine means what? It is generated by the machine. It is auto-generated by the machine. And human means what? It is generated by you and me. That is called as what? Human generated data. That is nothing but the data generated by you and me is called as what? Human generated data, guys. Okay. So whereas these are the basically we can say the source of data. And apart from this, we can also get the data from what's that? Guys, we can also get the data from what's that? Can you see? Let us say business. We can also get the data from what's that? Live streaming data. Live streaming. So what do you mean by live streaming, guys? Can you tell me what do you mean live streaming? The cricket match. We watch the cricket match, everyone. Yes, guys. So we watch the cricket match. We watch the cricket match. So basically, the cricket match score will be updated. Am I right or not? Cricket match score will be updated every minute wise. Am I right or not? Whenever you have any changes. In the same way, you talk about the stock market data. So the stock market data will change or not? Yes, right. Tell me now. So if the stock of a particular, the enterprise is something now, after a minute and so it may not be like that. Am I right? It may come down or it may go up. Am I right? So that is constantly changing data is nothing but live streaming data. The data which is reported from the live source. The data which is reported from the live source is called as what? Live streaming data. So whereas this is also one of the, we can say the major source of getting the data nowadays. Okay. So these are all the sources, guys. But whereas this all type of source, this all data, this is called as what is it, guys? This is called as what? Yes, everyone. This is called as what? Yeah, this is called as what, guys? Big data. It is called as what? Big data, guys. It is called as what? Big data. It is called as what? Big data. So, guys, this is called as what? Big data. This is called as what? Big data. So, big data means what? Big data is nothing but, guys, big data is nothing but it is called as what? Huge data. It is called as what? Huge data. Big data means what? Huge data, guys. Big data means what? Huge data. Big data means what? Huge data. So what is huge data? The massive amount of data or a very large amount of data is called as what? Big data. Okay, the massive amount of data or huge amount of data is called as what? Big data. So whereas, guys, the big data, the big data is nothing but what? The massive amount of data or a huge amount of data is called as what? Big data. Where, guys, where the following are the types of big data. Basically, the big data are classified, or we can say the big data are of three types. The first type we have it here. Guys, the first type we can say what's that? The first type we can say what's that? Structured data. And then we have what's that, guys? Tell me now. Semi-structured data. And the third one we can say what's that? Unstructured data. So we can say structured, semi-structured, or unstructured data. Structured, semi-structured, or unstructured data we have it. So these are the three types of data we can have. Okay. So guys, what is that means the big data or the data which is generated from these sources of business, we have it, or the data which is collected from these sources of business is basically classified into three categories. What are those categories? You can say what's that, guys? The first one we can say what's that? The first one we can say what? Structured data. And the second one we can say what's that? Semi-structured data. And the third one we can say as a unstructured data. Structured data means what? The data which is properly placed in the form of a table. The data which is properly placed in the form of a table is called as what? Structured data, such as you have what is that? Can you see here? I'm just giving you example: name, ID number, and the salary. Okay, name, ID number, and the salary. These are the three columns I have it. So guys, these are the three columns, and these columns require some data to be stored. So I'm giving the data here. Can you see? I'm just giving you the alien as the first name here. And the second one, I'm just giving you 23 as the ID, and the salary is somewhere 3,000 here. Okay. So guys, and the next one you have, what is that? Bobby. And then you have, what's it? 4,000. Can you see it? This is the data where you have the data with the rows and columns. This kind of data, it is called as what? Structured data. Where in this data, can you see it? Here you have, what's that? These are called as the columns. The above one are called as the columns, and the bottom are called as what? Rows here. So this is called as what? Structured data, where the user can properly understand like how many rows and columns, or what is the type of data we have it. That is clearly we can identify here the data. So hence we can say what's it? This is called as a structured data. So when we talk about the semi-structured data, guys, semi means what? Tell me now. Semi-structured means what? Which is not fully structured, but still it has some structure. That means the user can understand that particular data still, which is called as what? Semi-structured data, which is called as what? Semi-structured data. So when we talk about the semi-structured data, guys, so we can say what's it? The data kept in the form of a JSON file. Okay, the data kept in the form of a JSON file, or the data kept in the form of a that is nothing but XML file, or the
Flat
data
file.
pardon me.
Flat file.
Yes, exactly. So we can say all these are the various, can you see, all these are the various type of files where we have the data kept in the, what is that? In the form of a semi-structure. That means the data kept in these particular files is called as what? Semi-structured. Why? Because it is not fully structured. JSON stands for what? It stands for JavaScript. Guys, JavaScript object. JavaScript object notation. JavaScript object notation. So I can say what's it? JavaScript object notation file. So in the same way, you have a XML. So XML is nothing but extendable markup language. And then HTML means what? Hypertext markup language, etc., etc. You have it, guys. So these are all the semi-structure. Now I'll tell you an example. How does exactly the JSON data looks like? Just for the knowledge sake, I'm just telling you guys. The data within the JSON is recorded in the form of, what is it? Curly braces. These are the curly braces, guys. These are the curly braces, which is, this is called as an opening brace, and this is called as a closing brace. This is the opening brace, and this is the closing brace. Within the opening and closing brace, you will have the data like this. Can you see it? The data within a JSON file, guys, the data within the JSON file is recorded in which form here? In the form of a key value pair, you can say. What's it? In the form of a key value pair. I'm writing it here. Key, guys, key value pair. The data is recorded in the form of what? Key value pair. What's it? Key value pair. So whereas, guys, here you have a data recorded in the form of rows and columns. Huh? So all the columns, guys, everyone, all the columns, guys, all the columns are called as a keys here. These are called as a keys. So now, guys, these are called as a columns. So the columns are keys here. Put it here. Now can you see it? All the keys are kept under the double quotes. Now, what is the value for this key? Can you tell me? What is the value? Key value now, guys. Key, this is a key. And what is my value? Value, whatever the value. Value is alien, na? Am I right? Value is alien or not? So just
Yes.
so this is the value. Can you see it? Just put the control. Value is here now. So now I can say key value. What is it? Key and value pair. Pair means what? Both of them is nothing but a pair here. Okay, that's it. So now next I have another one. So I'm using it. Now the next one is what? ID. This is the key. ID is the key. Okay, colon. What's the thing you have it? 23. Now, guys, here you have the first column is completed. Huh? So one more comma here. Second column completed, comma. So second row completed, comma. And the third column, now you have it. What's that? You have it? Salary. 3000. They make sure, guys, make sure when you have a character data, the data is placed in the, even the, the value will be placed in the double quotes. When you're numeric, no, nothing will be placed here as it is. Can you see here? As it is, the data is here. So finally, this is the, can you see here? This is called as what? Key value pair. This is called as a key value pair. And the data is recorded in the form of what is that? JSON file. In the form of what? JSON file. Now, if the same data is recorded in the XML file, guys. So XML means what? Hypertext markup language, something. Okay. XML, sorry, extendable markup language, or whatever you want, we can say it. Okay. Extendable, or somebody says exponential, like that. Okay. So here you have it, the data recorded in the form of a tags here. What are tags? Tags means what? This is called as, these are called as tags. This is called as what is that? A root tag. Root tag. This is also called as root tag. And now, guys, these are all called as what? Root tags, and these are called as row tags. These are called as what, guys? Row tags. Now, see how the data is written in this way. So, guys, let us say that the table here is, the table name here is, let us say something. Okay, the table name, I'm labeling the table name as employees. So now can see the root tag will be what? The root tag will be table name. So I'm just giving the table name as employees. This is called as opening, guys. This is called as what? Opening root tag. It is called as what? Opening root tag. In the same way, here at the bottom, you will have a closing root tag. So the closing root tag will start with a slash, forward slash. This is the slash. Now, guys, the row tags you have it. What's the row tag you have it? Can you see here? Tell me now, what's the first row you have it? Yeah, somebody tell me the first row. The first row of the data is what? ALN 23 and 3000 now. So now, guys, I'm copying this ALN, all of you. That's it. Now tell me, what is it? Name ALN, and now here you have to close it. That's it. Can you see? This is called as a opening row tag, and this is called as a closing row tag. Between the row tags, opening and closing, in between you have what's it? The value. That's it, guys. The same way you have to use it here. So that's it. Now, guys, I'll change the name of the column. Everything is same. Instead of name, I'll make it as what? ID. And instead of Elon, I will mention it as a 23. And this is the ID. So this is the closing tag again. And finally, close it. And thirdly, what's it? You have it. The next one we have it as what? Guys, here you have what's that? Salary. And here you have a 3000. And here also you have a closing tag. So, guys, this is how we write it in the XML format, and this is how we write it in the JSON format. This is called as what? Semi-structured. And now, guys, thirdly, we have a unstructured. Unstructured means what? The files, photos, videos, you have it in your mobile phone. All these are called as what? Unstructured data only. It is called as what? Unstructured data. All the videos, files, etc. Everything is what's that? Unstructured. This is called as what? Unstructured, guys. Okay. This is called as what? Unstructured. Okay. So this is called as what? Unstructured. So files, what's that you have it? Files basically, okay. The files we have it, the videos, okay, chat histories, anything apart from this, the table, everything comes under what's it? Unstructured. So whereas guys, here we can have what's it? Three type of data. 80, that is nothing but unstructured, semi-structured, and structured. But 80% of the data you will get it what? 80% of the data you will get it in unstructured format only. 80% of the data, guys. 80% of the data. Actually, out of the whole big data, the 80% of the data you will get it in unstructured format only. Only 20% of the data you will get it in structured and semi-structured format. Okay. So this is the thing we have it, guys. Okay. Structured and semi-structured format. That's it. So 20% of the data you'll get it in this format. Got it, all of you? So guys, this is the thing we have. What's it? 20% of the data you'll get it, 80% you'll get it in this format. So now here, this is nothing but the part of big data. So now we are, this is the thing we have it. And further part of this, further to this, guys, we will start up from tomorrow. That is from tomorrow, the same time we'll start. Okay. And that's it. Further to this, we'll continue as it is. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me now.
When we are learning this ADF, right, it is any prerequisites?
Basically, you don't require it, but you require a part of SQL, but I will teach you the SQL itself. Don't worry about that.
SQL.
Hmm.
Okay. Then means how long this sessions will be? Maybe daily.
This is basically 60 hours it is.
60 hours. Okay.
Hmm.
What are the topics you cover with those? I think integration, but I don't have a minimum knowledge this one. That's why I'm
Basically,
asking.
all the things which are given in the content flowchart, will let's cover it. You can find the content flowchart on the web page of this. Almost everything which is required to get a job, almost everything which is, you can just, check out basically.
This one related SSIS, like any components,
Yes.
or any differences there? I think when I'm referring right version 1 and version 2, like that, we have some of the options I saw. Those will all cover because of I don't have
Yes.
much course.
Yes, of course. The version 1, version 2 means you're talking about the data factory versions, or you're talking about the
Data factory versions.
yes, of course. That's covered.
Only online classes, right?
Yeah, only online classes. There will be no offline class.
This time will be continue or any subject?
No. We will have 9:30. It will be 9:30, not 10 o'clock. It will be 9:30 again.
9:30.
But now, as of now, it will be 10 only. As of now, it will be 10 for 4 days for this week. Then we will change it to 9:30.
Sure.
So when will ADB is going to start?
ADB tomorrow morning 7:30.
Sir, we can do both in parallel.
Yes, you can do both the parallel, both things parallel. You can do it.
Sir, are you providing the material or?
Yeah, your soft copy material is given. No?
Soft copy material will be provided. Eh?
Yes.
So after learning these two, we can apply for the data engineer.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What
because
are the
we will be covering even the Synapse under this. So you will be having almost all everything in this.
Okay.
Synapse means?
It's a data warehouse of Azure.
Data warehouse. Okay, okay.
Sir, what is the fee, sir?
5,000.
Sir, if we join both, then is there any discount?
You can talk to DURGASOFT, they will tell you.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's it, guys. So we'll continue tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.